ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. All week, we've been celebrating some of the leading women in technology and science.
Everybody's got a question.
Today, we're with Justine Ezarik, aka iJustine.
It's time. Now it's time to ask Justine.
She has 6.98 million subscribers, created over 2,000 uploads, and has more than 1 billion views across her channel.
I started my YouTube channel in 2006, but I'd also been kind of online even since like the 90s in, various chat rooms or forums. I had made like my first website when I was like 12. It has been so wild to sort of see that transition from Web 1 to Web 2 and now kind of, going into the Web 3 space. And I think it's kind of taught me to be incredibly flexible. Something that works on YouTube or TikTok today might not work tomorrow. So you kind of either just have to figure it out. And if you don't figure it out, you just don't quit. And then eventually things kind of work their way out. I think it's just that kind of will to keep going and not quitting has been kind of like the secret to success.
iJustine launched over 16 years ago. She was one of the first livecasters covering different subjects such as gaming, tech, and travel.
I think it was just kind of fascinating just to try out these new platforms. And I always had loved technology and I loved the internet. So it was really more just kind of like my curiosity of testing these things out and just seeing what they were. So there really wasn't any sort of game plan or like thought behind it. It was more just like, this is cool. I want to see what this is. You really can see that whole progression of some of the old videos that I posted, which looking back now, I mean, it's kind of strange because it's sort of the content that people are posting on TikTok. So it's sort of like everything is sort of recycling and resurfacing itself just in another form, sort of on a different platform.
Success didn't come overnight though. It wasn't until the following year that Justine thought there was more she could do with this platform.
I think it was around 2007 whenever I got like my first viral video.
I have an iPhone and I had to switch to AT&T. Okay, that's wonderful. Well, I got my first AT&T bill.
And it was this iPhone bill that came in a box.
In a box.
It was about 300 pages because it itemized every single text message that I had sent or received. And the reason that this was so long is because I had joined Twitter back in 2006, which was basically all text message based. So all of those text messages some were texts, but a lot of them were just Twitter replies and conversations. And I think that was when I first kind of realized, okay, there's something else outside of just this initial audience that I've created. Like this is a worldwide thing. And I feel like I need to start kind of paying more attention and creating more consistent content and kind of really trying to harness and figure out what this all was.
It was a long time before people started to take YouTubers seriously, but Justine persevered, just for the love of it.
I feel like it's just sort of comes with kind of the territory, and I even kind of see that happening again now into the shift into Web 3. People are criticizing and everyone says that this isn't a thing. And I was like, I've seen all of this happen before, so it's kind of just that natural progression of technology. It's kind of just taking it sort of with a grain of salt, because I feel like if you're passionate about something and you sort of have like this conviction of like, this is something, like this is the future, I definitely stuck with that. And I just kind of had a lot of faith in it. And I knew that there was something there. So even though people kept saying that, no, this isn't going to be anything, like I kind of had a different feeling about it.
Now, however, content creation and how it's viewed is a completely different ballgame.
Early on, like I was doing a lot of meetings in Hollywood and trying to just sort of show people like, yeah, this is like something's here. And it was sort of when that switch kind of flipped where everyone kept closing doors and saying no, 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 no. And then it was literally the opposite. It was like, oh, hey, can you promote our project? Can we do a brand deal? Even friends of friends who I knew had made fun of me for making videos wanted to do collabs on YouTube. And I was like, okay. Everything has completely shifted from you're wasting your time to, wow, this is something, can we work with you? I feel like there's been so many different chapters. One of the things that was really cool was Call of Duty is one of my favorite video games, when I was able to be in a Call of Duty commercial. And I just kind of like, after that all happened, I was like, wait a minute, like this is like the wildest thing ever. Like I was just in a commercial for my favorite video game. Like this is running on TV with Robert Downey Jr. Like how is that something that is happening right now? Like this is every dream that I would have had as a child.
Surprise.
Surprise, mamacita.
Even most recently, I got a chance to chat with Tim Cook about, just some of the upcoming Apple products and sort of the state of Apple and tech. Like, I was doing book reports on Apple when I was growing up in like 6th grade, and people were like, what are you talking about? We don't even have those computers here. So, as a kid, looking back, I could have only have dreamed to be able to interview the CEO of Apple.
Let's go to the ads. If you're enjoying this podcast, why not hit follow in the meantime? Justine's passion means that despite the critics and the obstacles, she will always continue to create and adapt with new technology.
I mean, there's definitely been so many ups and downs. I feel like a couple of times a year over the past, 16 years of making content. And I think the other thing is because I used to share so much more about my personal life that I don't really do anymore. It's mostly just tech focused. That kind of has given me sort of a piece of, I guess, myself back, because I used to post videos every single day. I would vlog everything that I would do. I overshared, and that's not a healthy way to live. And I've definitely seen the downfall of a lot of my friends who were those vlogger types that would vlog every single day, because it's taxing, it's tolling, you turn into a different person. And I felt that happening to myself. There's a Justine and there's an iJustine. And it's like trying to balance sort of those two lives it can be a struggle, but definitely have found a way to make it work.
It's hard to believe with everything Justine has achieved that she's still just 38 years old, and she has no plans on stopping anytime soon.
The other day, I was kind of just researching and kind of looking through just some of my old YouTube videos. I was like, oh my goodness, I've been on YouTube for 16 years. So I just made like a little video talking about like what that was like and how, I don't know, it is crazy, because it's like even talking to people now when they mention like a certain celebrity or a certain instance or a movie, it's like I feel like I have some sort of connection to that. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I interviewed that person, or oh yeah, I was on set for that movie, kind of behind the scenes. And it's like that realization of like, oh my God, how did I do all of these things? I need to go take a nap. I'm exhausted. It's really wild to think that this is sort of a life that I've lived. I grew up in the middle of basically nowhere. And like my family was so supportive of all of my weird hobbies and just my passions for internet and tech. So I'm definitely so grateful for them, because they kind of let me, kind of explore that side of things that was definitely not traditional or normal for girls at that time of my age.
That was iJustine, that we'd happily say is one of the original queens of YouTube. Tech and Science Daily